Guys who pretend to be female online, what on earth were you thinking? I started with the intention of simply getting money, but it ended up spiraling into an intense year-long relationship with a guy who had no clue that I was a man. I usually play female characters in online games because I like to dress them up. I don't get to have that fun in real life as a guy. I normally don't care about makeup or clothes, but when it comes to online gaming, it's totally different. I enjoy being able to show off cool outfits and mix and match my character's hairstyle, color, skin tone, shirts, and skirts. When I used to play a game called FLYFI, I had this female support character. One day, I met a guy named Mark. He asked me if I was a girl in real life, and I said yes out of a whim. He then started getting super flirty with me. It turns out Mark was some super rich dude from Belgium who spent thousands of euros in the game's cash shop every week. FLYFI was pay to win. This guy was considered very good at the game. Mark started gifting me stuff from the cash shop, and eventually, he asked me a question. Do you want to be my girlfriend? I had no idea what it meant to have a girlfriend in a video game, but I just said yes because I wanted the free money. He became super attached to me. I was supposed to only play with him as his support partner. I wasn't supposed to play with other people. He started asking me personal questions related to real life, and sometimes I replied truthfully. But in some cases, it was too close for comfort. I would just skirt around the issue, such as when he asked me to send private pictures or asked for my phone number to pillow talk. This cycle of me dodging questions went on for around 6 months until things began to take a turn for the worse. Mark told me he'd be visiting Italy in a month's time or so, and he wanted to meet up. Keep in mind I told him I was a 15-year-old girl, so this was incredibly creepy. I learned that Mark was a president of a company in Belgium, and after looking up his information, he was 32 years old. That's when I seriously got grossed out and realized this had to stop. We both were playing the same class, but I was a support and he was an attack type of character, so our abilities were completely different. That's when I came up with a plan. I asked him, "Hey, did you know I never tried soloing a boss on my own? Since I am support, I want to try it once. Could you trade me your weapon and shield so I don't die and help me heal while I solo this boss?" This guy was so rich that his weapon and shield were one of a kind. The items were priceless. Their value was in the ballpark of thousands of euros in cash shop money just to trade them around. Mark was completely clueless, and he traded them with me. That's when I said, "Oh shoot, I'm lagging," and put myself in offline mode and logged off. I made a new account and started from scratch, and didn't touch that other account for at least a week or so. Once I felt comfortable with that, I logged back on that account and traded my stuff to my friend in real life, with the threat of me ruining his life if he tried to scam me, since I knew where he lived. I did this so I could trade it to my other character. My mailbox was full of flames from Mark's entire guild. They were furious, and rightfully so. I got onto my other character, got the items, and sold them in some kind of black market type of fashion because I didn't want them to be traced back to me since they were so unique. I made so much money that I was able to afford paying for my dog's chemotherapy, since he had cancer at the time. A few months later, I saw Mark again sitting in the middle of the square of the lobby, just doing nothing. He still had a lot of money and rare items. When I walked in front of him, I made the mistake of holding out the shield that I had stolen from him. He saw it, and before I could leave, I received a barrage of messages with lots of swearing. I realized I was a horrible person for doing what I did, and I felt ashamed of myself. I promised myself I'd never do that again. That poor dude, regardless of how creepy he was, got scammed out of thousands of euros and the promise of a 15-year-old girlfriend. But at the end of the day, I was thankful that my dog was able to beat cancer, all thanks to my ability to pretend to be a female online.